What is the guy? It's your boy, it's going to the video. You know it. Now with this video, we'll be talking about basically psychopaths, sociopaths, and empaths. And we're going to be talking about the three beings in this world that live in this planet. And we're going to be talking about how mutants, heroes, aka supernatural beings, such as myself. I am a supernatural being. I'm a natural cosmic being of the planet, and therefore I am supernatural. Right? Natural here, supernatural. I'm super. Now, before we get into this, I want to tell everybody, make sure y'all smash that like button and make sure y'all comment in the section what other contents that I drop next after this video, because I really want y'all insight and y'all advice on how to drop more better progressive content as far as my page goes, as far as this channel goes. Now, let's break this shit down. We have empaths, sociopaths, and psychopaths. And I'm going to be explaining how the world is full of these beings, and these beings are nothing more, these scientific names that I give you, or these three-dimensional conceptualized terms I give you as names, these are nothing more than angelic beings versus demonic beings, okay? And we're going to be explaining that as well in the next video. But this video, we're going to talk about the breakdown of the empath, how the empath is constantly being, how empathic beings are constantly being drained of their energy and constantly being utilized for energy harvest, okay? Now, let's talk about it. You have empaths, sociopaths, psychopaths. The USA, America, is the home to sociopathic leaders that run the country. Now let's break down these words. An empath is somebody that feels and can sympathize and empathize, and they can feel the frequency and the vibrations and the elements in the atmosphere, and they can feel the elements in the atmosphere as far as other beings as well. They have the ability to simulate and put themselves in the shoes and experience and relate to people on a personal level, on a spiritual level. They're very clairvoyant people. They're very psychic people. They can see the future. They can feel energy. They can sense energy. They can tell when something is off, when it's not correct. They're very intuitive people. So they will be people that are they're very tapped into their gamma frequency thought and their theta frequency thought, which is nothing more than higher octaves of consciousness. They're very, very highly aware people. They're very, very aware people, like cats that they can see. They're multi-dimensional beings, and they are the target. I'm a target because I'm a very empathic being, and a lot of archons and reptilians and grays and white agents try to see what the fuck I know, because I'm a very empathic being. I know a lot about the future in the world. I'm very psychic. So, an empath is what I just named, or I just broke down the description. We're going to talk about what a sociopath is. A sociopath is a person that cannot feel or sense real energy. They cannot sense energy to the point where it's like they can feel empathy. You know what I'm saying? They can connect with people. They can connect with the world. They can do all these things on an energetic level. They can't do it. They have this ability where they can manipulate, cheat. They can cheat you out of your life. They can manipulate you out of your life. They can lie to you, and they have little to no consciousness about what they do to other beings, because they cannot feel or sense. And sometimes I say sociopathic tendencies are developed through home conditioning of the mind. So if somebody grew up in a family where they grew up on a narcissistic family where they was getting manipulated by a narcissistic sociopath, then chances are they're going to develop and adapt to that way of doctrine. But I disagree with that scientific belief, because I believe that all spirits have the ability to decide what they want to be in life. And just like all spirits decide to be positive or negative, or righteous or evil, that's what they do. Some spirits decide to be evil spirits. And therefore, you have sociopathic, narcissistic beings, like those people that want to manipulate and control things from their perspective. And they're very egocentric. Sociopaths are very egocentric. It's all about self with them. It's all about them worshiping themselves. And they're very manipulative in the aspect that they can pretend to be a good person. They can pretend to be this positive being, but in all reality, they're really the opposite. Once you get to know them, and once they start manipulating you through frequency and trying to act like they positive beings, they can utilize that energy. They can harness and prey on you. You know what I'm saying? And those are sociopaths. The ones that prey on you when they're very narcissistic. okay? And they don't give a fuck about how you feel, nothing, because they have little to no conscience, okay? These are sociopaths. Psychopaths are people that are they're emotionally impulsive, and they tend to be they can be manipulative and controlling as well. But psychopaths are more emotionally impulsive. They're the ones that you would call, I ain't gonna say all the way the killers or the murderers or those people, but they are the ones that they physically abuse people, where they put their hands on somebody, and they are very emotionally impulsive people. Then they're very egocentric as well, and they have little to no conscience as well. They can treat somebody bad they can beat somebody up, damn it to death, or do some crazy ass shit under emotional impulsive action, and they don't feel no remorse about it, because these people have little to no consciousness. If the world, you only have 10% consciousness in this world, and 95% subconscious. Your mind is 10% conscious, and your subconscious mind is 95% conscious, subconscious. That means that if you have little to no conscious, you have around a range, I would say, of 5% consciousness, or probably 4%, because you only have 10% conscious in total, in totality. So a psychopath and a sociopath, they go hand in hand. They're interchangeable. They're both egocentric. The only difference is one has the potential to feel for a specific individual based upon the experience. See, I forgot which one can feel to a certain degree, right? But I know I'm not wrong. Now, let's talk about how sociopaths and psychopaths manipulate and try to manipulate empaths. Majorly, empaths try to manipulate, sociopaths try to manipulate empaths, because they realize that empaths have a lot of energy. They have a lot of positive spirit, okay? So your government, your whole government collective will be a bunch of sociopaths, and their agents that do the physical harm to individuals that go against the guidelines will be the psychopaths, right? People that are doing things just out of order and don't really give a fuck about what the consequences that come behind it, because they don't have a conscience, pretty much. So your sociopaths are the ones energy harvesting. They're the ones that can see potential in certain individuals and try to take their energy, okay? Okay, so in this world, when you think of mind manipulation, they're not targeting psychopathic people. They're targeting empathic people, because empathic people are the source energy. They are the source code. They are the source beings that come from the source. So you know how people always say when you grow up, when you go on to school and shit, certain people can see a light in you, or they can see greatness in you, but you just never could see it in you because you never thought you was important enough, okay? And the person that can see it in you will most likely be a sociopath. The person that can see it in you is most likely to be a psychopath, right? This is why a lot of times in these black families, in these dysfunctional black families, you hear a lot of times we get whippings and we get abused just because the envious and the jealousy of the parents and the mothers and whoever is over the shit, whoopings. It's abusing somebody because you don't like what they're wearing, or you don't like what they're doing, okay? Instead of you talking to them, you just want to put your hands on them. You just want to physically hurt them because you see the potential in them, but you want to take advantage of that, okay? This is what sociopaths, narcissistic beings do, or aka demons do. They see the potential in empaths, aka angelic beings, and they try to use that against them, okay? Now, in this world, in this realm of reality, like I said, when we talking about energy is always going to be utilized for the empaths, okay? So all the social media, the television, the video games, everything that's being pushed out in front of you to distract you, it's not really to distract other beings, it's to distract the mutants, okay? The supernatural beings, the super beings, okay? And the super beings will be the empaths, the clairvoyant beings, the psychics, okay? Okay? So, in order to influence the future, okay, and change and manipulate the future, you have to influence the empathic being, because the empathic beings, we are the one that can channel the future, because we are the living planet. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all ever heard that the Earth is a aura? It has an aura field, and the aura field has octave of frequency. Just like you have light code spectrum, you have invisible light, visible light. Okay, you have invisible energy. Okay, and empaths are tapped in to frequencies, the frequencies of the planet. Okay, the chakras of the planet. The empaths are tapped into that shit. So therefore, by us being tapped into the planet, okay, this is a way for the transdimensional beings and the archons to try to manipulate the frequency by manipulating our psychic abilities. Okay, how do you manipulate somebody's psychic ability? Is you manipulate their thoughts and you subvert their consciousness with imagery and symbolism, because that's all the subconscious mind is going to pick up on, a lot of imagery and symbolism and color effects and frequency. This is all a part of a psychological operation to manipulate the psychics of the planet. Once you manipulate the empathic beings, you'll be able to control the earth, because it'll be easier. Because we are the most tapped. We are the closest thing to the planet. We are tapped in. We are connected to the planet because we have an ability to feel and sense. Just by us having the ability to feel and sense and pick up sound and light and every form of element on the planet quicker, in a more intelligent manner, okay, we're able to run the planet in however way we wish, whether it be the yin way or the yang way. Sociopaths and psychopaths, they're only going to do things that are feeding their egocentric desire. So a psychopath would not care about sensing and feeling vibrations and frequencies. They would just care about feeding themselves, like eating all the time. They would just care about eating. That's the only thing they know is to eat, okay, to take, to feel for themselves. And they don't have the same feel you have. They have a physical phenomena, which is them feeling the flesh desire to want to eat something, want to taste something, want to move around, whatever. That's the social design desire. Okay, you know how America presents you with these materialistic desires like money, cash, religion, things like that. A lot of sociopaths and psychopaths, they agree with the God complex in Christianity, because the God complex in Christianity is all about a narcissistic view. So a lot of you have to understand, people, the sociopath and the psychopaths, they are very in tune to physical phenomena, which is things that have to do with the flesh, the egocentric side of the view, the egocentric perspective. The empath is all about selflessness. They're very selfless beings, and they're very spiritual. So they have a more spiritual phenomena. They know what they need. The empath always need to develop spiritually, because the empath understands the truth behind the essence of being a highly intelligent being. Okay? That's all what intelligent beings are. They're empathic. They can develop sciences from how they can feel the world intuitively. Okay? Versus the sociopath cannot feel or sense this realm of reality because they are not connected to the planet. Okay? These physical beings are not attached to the planet. I mean, not really attached, but connected in the sense of spiritual frequency. Now, that is the little breakdown today, y'all. I thank y'all for watching this. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I got another motherfucking video dropping out, and I will be explaining y'all why the empath is under attack in the next video. And with this video, I love y'all. Peace, and most definitely, peace.